seasoned beauties. I'm Rosita. I am the host of this podcast and I am a mindset coach. Welcome back to my channel where midlife women are empowered to shift their mindset and live their most authentic lives. If you're new here, welcome and thanks for being here. I'm so glad you guys are watching this video because I want to talk about something that has held us back. And that's how our thoughts keep us stuck and in self-sabotaging behaviors. Now, self-sabotage is when you, without thinking, undermine your own goals or desires by engaging in behaviors or thoughts that prevent you from achieving them. It's like getting in your own way, often due to fear, doubt, and negative beliefs about yourselves. Now, we all do it. Nobody's immune to it. In fact, according to the National Science Foundation, the average person has 60,000 thoughts per day. And of those 60,000 thoughts, 48,000 are negative. And of that 48,000, 45,600 are repetitive thoughts. So we all have these negative thoughts going through our mind constantly. And we have a responsibility to ourselves to change our thoughts and live a life we desire. This is for those of you who feel like every time you take a step forward, somehow, some way, you end up pulling yourself back. Maybe you've been working towards a goal or dreaming of a new chapter in your life, but something keeps holding you back. If that resonates with you, sign up for my free online workshop because we're going to explore how to break free from that cycle. Let me share a little story. There was a time in my life when I was really excited about a new project. I had all these big plans and everything seemed to be lining up perfectly. But then, out of nowhere, I started finding every excuse not to move forward. I would tell myself, "Ooh, I'm not ready. What if I fail? Maybe I should wait until ... Sound familiar? I was being my own worst enemy, constantly tripping over my own feet, holding myself back from something I truly was passionate about. It wasn't that I didn't have the ability or the resources. What I lacked was the belief in myself and the courage to take that leap." Have you ever felt that way? Unknowingly, I allowed my thoughts to control my choices. I was so frustrated. I didn't know what it was. I just felt like I kept being stuck in this loop and I was unable to move forward. And I think many of us have been there, facing that moment when fear and self-doubt seem louder than our dreams. Anybody ever felt that way? It's like this invisible force quietly working behind the scenes, convincing us to stay small, to stay safe. You know what? As I look back on those moments, I realized that my self-talk and thoughts led to my self-sabotage. And in a strange way, this is often a way we protect ourselves from the unknown. It's like our mind's way of saying, stay here, stay safe. You don't want to be uncomfortable. But here's the thing, ladies. Growth doesn't happen in the comfort zone. When we stay where it's safe, we miss out on so much, so many opportunities, so much of life has to offer us. And we miss out on becoming the woman we were meant to be. And honestly, there's a part of us deep down that knows this. We know we're capable of more, but the fear of failure, rejection, or even success can be so overwhelming that we choose to stay where we are. It's important to recognize this pattern within ourselves and to understand that it's not who we are. It's a habit, a stinking thinking we've picked up along the way and kept, honestly. Now, how did I stop self-sabotage behaviors? It took a long time. It took determination and a commitment to myself. The turning point for me came when my pain was greater than the benefit. I realized I had to stop the stuck patterns if I wanted to grow and live a fulfilling life and become a better me. I decided to turn to my faith so I could have the courage to make a change. And then I had to find out the action steps to change my thoughts that would keep me out of the self sabotage behaviors. Are you following what I'm saying? So, an effective way to change our thoughts is by rewriting our internal narratives. Let's define what internal narrative is. It is the ongoing thoughts and story we tell ourselves, all in our head. No one is aware of this but us. Our narrative tells us who we are, who we're not, what our abilities are, and what we can and cannot do. This narrative shapes how we see ourselves and how we see the world. Often, our thoughts are fueled by negative self talk, limiting beliefs, and ingrained beliefs that we have internalized over time. These are statements like, I'm not good enough. I always mess up. I'm not going to be successful. Allow me to share my experiences, provide tips, and exercise to help you change your thoughts. This Saturday's workshop is called Your Thoughts Matter. Change them and change your life. It's so important for me to share this because I stayed in that loop for so long. I kept self-sabotaging myself. The negative thoughts were so ingrained that I thought, oh my gosh, am I going to live this way for the rest of my life? I was so tired of being tired. I don't know if y'all can relate to that. In my workshop, I'm going to talk about steps 3 to 5 of my Rewrite Your Internal Narrative series. So I'm going to give you a little kind of bird's eye view, but you got to attend the workshop so you can go through the exercises, so many things. It's so much better to be in the workshop. Okay, so step 3, transform negative thoughts into positive actions. This is where we learn how to replace the negative with positive. This could be our thoughts, our words, or our behaviors. This helps when you feel any of those selves creeping in. I'm talking about self-sabotage, self-doubt, self-criticism, and self-pity. Step 4, we're going to talk about how to visualize success. Visualizing success helps rewire our mind to focus on positive outcomes rather than potential failures. So important to make that distinction. Step 5, practice self-compassion. Women, we have spent years putting everyone's needs before our own. This step gives tips on how to implement self-compassion in your life. It is about time to let go of the self-judgment we have carried for so long and finally giving ourselves the love and care that we need. Now, you may be wondering, Rosita, what about steps 1 and 2? Well, I did a video. I shared step 1, identifying negative beliefs, and as well as step 2, challenging ingrained beliefs on Facebook. Go to Women's Spirit Collective and you'll be able to see those 2 videos. I'll leave the link in the comments so you can watch them. Basically, step 1, identifying negative self-talk. We all have these sneaky negative beliefs and negative self-talk that hold us back from living the life we truly deserve. We'll explore how to identify these beliefs, challenge them, and replace them with more empowering thoughts. And then in step 2, this one is so important, you guys. Step 2 is challenging deeply ingrained beliefs. These beliefs are firmly fixed and they're deeply rooted like an invisible filter. These beliefs have been repeated so much throughout our lives, from being a little girl until now, that we feel like these are facts. They're invisible filters that we see the world through. It shapes our outlook and behaviors. Now, all of these steps will provide you insights and exercises and stats to help you rewrite the current narrative you have to a narrative that is more in line with who you are today. Ladies, I have walked this journey myself, and I will share valuable insights from overcoming my own personal painful experiences. The only thing that broke me free from my protective walls was integrating my faith with practical tools. Faith gave me the courage to step beyond my comfort zone, while practical tools gave me the actionable steps to be able to keep moving forward. So today, here I am in front of you. I stand with unshakable sense of joy and self-worth. And I believe you can receive that too. Attend my workshop. I hope that you get some nuggets that will help you make a change to becoming the unstoppable woman you are. You, my beloved, have the power to change the trajectory of your life. Register for the workshop and grab your seat as soon as you can, because seats are limited. Thank you so much for listening. I'll see you in my next video. Until then, believe it, speak it, and be it. Bye.